All right, I want to take a quick minute here and walk you through a little tour of the Apple Teacher Learning Center. This is put on completely by Apple and it's completely free for you as teachers to use to kind of learn more about the Apple products and especially the iPads that you'll be using. To get here, you can either Google Apple Teacher, and it'll be one of the first ones that pop up, or you can go to appleteacher.apple.com. When you first come to it, it will ask you to log in. You will want to do this with your personal um, email address. Even if you're not an Apple user, an iPhone user, that's okay. It'll help you create an account. You'll want to do this for two reasons. Number one, you won't be able to use your school email address because it's now what's called managed through the tech department so that it can be used on teacher devices and things like that for Apple. And the second thing is, if you were ever to, which we don't want you to, but if your life were to take you away from Concord, all of the things that you've learned and all the resources that you've kind of coordinated on this would go with you. So you'd still have that moving on from Concord if that were to ever happen, although we'd hope it doesn't. So you'll want to use your own personal email for this. There is no charge, there is no fee to log into this. So it's completely free. You can go through the trainings and become like a certified Apple teacher, and which takes you through all the different kinds of tools that you can use with your kids, or you can just kind of click through and do the ones that you want to use and not go through the full on training. The training's not bad. You can do it on your iPad. You don't need to do it on a laptop or a Chromebook or whatever. You can do it right on your iPad. I did it several years ago when I got my first pilot group of iPads, and then I did it again. I started it again just this actually spring break because a lot of it has changed. But I was able to just sit out by the pool and click through some things, watch some short videos, try stuff, and it's pretty easy. It's self-paced. Like you just kind of do it whenever you want to. But I want to kind of show you a little bit around. First of all, I want to look at the foundational skills. There are a lot of cool things in here. Even if you're an iPhone user or if you have your own personal iPad and you think you know your way around, there's bound to be some things in here that you probably didn't realize that your iPad could do. I know that was the case for me. So if you go here to the foundational skills, and then you come down, and there are a couple here that you may want to check out. The Apple Classroom app overview, which will show you how to use that. That's kind of like Apple's version of Relay. You'll have like a little thumbnails of each one of your kids' devices. You can lock them all. You can send every kid to the same app or website all at once. There's a cool overview for that. But then the one that I was most interested, to be honest, is the iPad and Mac Foundations. I know we're not using Mac, but that's okay. It's kind of all in there. When you come down through here, you can switch right here to iPad. And you can scroll down and you can see a lot of these things. The first one here is just iPad, like a lot of the different features of the different parts of iPad, which this is where I learned a lot. The home screen, what you can kind of do with that, how you can personalize it and organize it. The control center, which is where you pull down from the right corner. The camera, there's a lot of cool things. So you can kind of see down through here all the different functionalities of iPad. And all of these things kind of walk you through the different features within each one to help you learn your iPad. The other thing that's down here, let me switch it back to iPad here, is the other tools that are built in, the kind of built-in apps for iPad. All of these are pretty much equivalent to the Google tools. So Pages would be like Google Docs, Keynote would be Google Slides, Numbers would be Google Sheets, iMovie would be kind of like what we have WeVideo. All of these will be on the iPads for the kids too, although kids may not use them because we do a lot of Google, although they could if you wanted them to. But there are some cool things in here that I think as teachers you may want to use. For example, this latest round of going through this myself, I learned that in Keynote, which again is like Google Slides, that I could make a presentation that I show up on the big screen for my kids, and then I can draw on it. I can do like a digital whiteboard, so I could walk around and circle words or do math problems on it. And so that was cool. Obviously, there's shapes, adding videos. So I think Keynote would be something I would probably use from the teacher side of things. So you can kind of take a look, pick through which ones you want to look at now, which ones you want to save. I would strongly suggest the iPad Basics one, maybe the Keynote one, and maybe the iMovie one for having kids make videos and things, or you as a teacher making videos. Back kind of here on the home page, you can see there's other resources that you have. So here's like lesson integration. It kind of walks you through how you can, create different lessons and really get the most out of your iPad as really a creation tool. Teachers in Action's a cool one. And then there's just different things you can learn. Clips is a cool one for kids to make short videos. It's a little reduced version of iMovie. So we strongly just suggest you poke around in here, kind of see what it's got, go through at least those foundational skills, and really get to know your iPad in and out. Of course, if you have any questions or need any help with things, don't hesitate to reach out to Kelly and I. We're happy to help.